Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing today? I am super excited to bring this information to you. I have been talking to a friend of mine who um, asked my advice about something, and we were talking about this morning. Why all freebies and low end offers just don't work? There's a lot of reasons for that, and I'm going to go over that today and explain to you how I got them working for me. So, hi, if you don't know me, my name is Lisa Balthaser. My business is Florida Lisa Solutions, and I help you become visible, stay visible, get leads and clients online, and position yourself to scale your business into the 6 and 7 figures. So, what I wanted to talk about today is one of the main things that I help people with, and I want to explain to you exactly why this is not or may not be working for you. So, before we go into this, if you are watching now, please say hi. Let me know you're here. I would love to say hello and let you know I am looking to interact on this video because I want to hear where you guys are at. I want to hear what you guys have been doing. I want to hear what's working for you, what's not working for you, and all of that good stuff. So before we go on, let me know who has ever drop a 1 in the chat if you have ever bought a freebie or a low cost item and it has not worked for you. I know most of you have probably done that. So I expect to see a lot of ones dropped in the comments. So there's a reason that they don't work. There's lots of reasons that they don't work, and we're going to go over some of those today. So the first reason why the freebie or a low cost offer that you bought and you poured your heart into and you just knew it was going to help you and save the day. Guess what, guys? I hate to break it to you. This is a little tough love today, but those freebies and low cost offers are not going to save the day. They're just not. Take it from somebody who spent 5 years doing freebies, low cost offers, and trying to piece it all together. Guys, I am a marketer and it did not work for me. I mean, little things worked here or there, but if you really want to get results, you're really going to have to put more into it than those freebies and low cost offers. And there's a lot of things that need to be in place for those freebies and low cost offers to work. And we're going to go over that today. So we're going to go over the 5 reasons. Number 1, coming up right now, number 1, you are not clear on who your client is. Okay, so if you have put out a freebie, if you have a freebie or low cost offer, people are buying it, not getting results, or you are buying their product and you think it's for you, but you're not where they need you to be for it to work. See, the thing is about freebies and low cost offers is that it's only this much of this much. Okay? You're only getting this tiny little piece of the puzzle. You're only getting a small sliver of what you need in place in order to make the sale, get the client, have the great copy, do all of those things that it promises. It is part of the process, but you will never, ever, ever get the full process in a freebie or a low cost offer. It's just not going to give that to you. And while you may get a lot of information out of it, if other things are broken in your system or process, or if you're not really super clear on who your client is, those things aren't going to work. Okay, so for instance, let me give you an example. So say you buy a low cost offer that promises you that if you do this thing, it will get you the right clients. Okay. So if you do this one thing, it will get you the right clients. But it's a download and it has step-by-step process on what you need to do to get the right client. The process, the steps are real. They work. They have worked for somebody. That is why that freebie exists. So the steps actually work, okay? But where the problem comes in is that you may not be clear on who you are talking about when you put those steps into place. So when you're buying a low cost offer, when you're buying a freebie, you are not buying a coaching program. So that if that freebie is not working for you, you probably have no idea why, because you don't have anybody to ask. It was a freebie. It was free. It's a download. You're on your own. You're there. You're figuring it out all by yourself. So when you're buying that freebie and you're putting things into place and it's not working for you, unless you're really, really, really intuitive, and most people are not, you probably will not be able to figure out what is broken and not working for that freebie or low cost offer. So don't get me wrong, those freebies are fantastic. There's a lot of great freebies out there. I have a freebie right now, 22 steps to blogging. But the thing is, if you're blogging and you don't know who you're talking to and your blogs are all over the place, those things aren't going to attract the right clients. But if you're really clear on everything, it will. So when you are buying a low-cost program or buying a, say, course where the instructor is not present, or you are buying a webinar or something that tells you how to do something, if there's nobody there to ask when you have a question, you are probably not going to get the results that you are looking for from that thing, unfortunately. Because in order for you to figure out what isn't working when it's not working for you, you need to be able to ask somebody. So when you're looking at a course, a download, a freebie, it can be an online course that's a low cost item. You want to make sure that whoever the instructor is present and available to answer questions, because if they're not, you're spending money on something that if it does not work, you have no way of figuring out why it's not working for you. Okay, so let's be really clear on this. There's great products, there's great freebies. I use freebies myself. I download other people's freebies. We all do it. But the thing is, you need to know without a doubt what isn't working if it doesn't work for you. And in order to figure that out, you probably need somebody to help. Okay, so that's reason number one. Reason number one is you are not clear on who your client is. Therefore, when you're talking to them or when your offer goes out, it's not speaking with them. And that's number two. Number two is you are not speaking to your ideal client using the language that resonates with them. So you can have the greatest freebie or download on earth. You can download that freebie for yourself. Okay, if you're offering that download and people are downloading it or they're not downloading it, it's because you don't have the right language. If you see a freebie out there that you think can help you, but you're just not quite sure, they're probably not using language that resonates with you. That doesn't mean it can't work for you, but it means that it's not speaking clearly to you. There's a disconnect somewhere. Okay, there's a disconnect somewhere. So if you're the one offering the freebie and you're not getting any downloads, that probably means there's a lot of things it could be. But one of those things is that you're not speaking directly to your ideal client. You need to know without a doubt who that client is. They need to know if you are downloading that freebie, you need to be their ideal client. And sometimes people get it wrong, or they're not speaking the right language to the right audience. And when you download somebody's freebie and it's not working for you, they may have been speaking to you, but you are not their intended target. So maybe it's not working for you because you are not their intended target, but they were using that language. So that's reason number two. You're not speaking to your ideal client, or they are not speaking directly to you. Reason number three, we are up to number three. You are not bridging the gap, or they are not bridging the gap for you. When you are looking at a download or freebie to buy for yourself, okay? When you're looking at one to download for yourself to help you with your sales, with your marketing, you want to make sure that it bridges the gap for you. So that usually comes out in the copy or the language that they use, but not always. So you really need to look at that program, that download, and see if it is going to fill a gap that you have. And more than likely it does if it piques your interest. So it's the same when you are offering something to someone else. So say you're the one creating that download. You need to be really sure that you are bridging the gap for your ideal client. And that's where we go back to number one, where you need to be clear on the client. They need to be clear on you if you are doing the downloading. So more than likely, most of you have downloads and also have downloaded other people's things. So I'm trying to hit it from both angles here today, because a lot of times entrepreneurs come to me and they say, oh, I want to buy this course, or, you know, I tried this course and it just didn't work, or I have this offer and it just didn't work. So I'm trying to hit it from both sides here today, because my clients they both use the freebies and they create them. So I'm trying to hit it from both sides here today so you guys can get a clear understanding of what needs. Reason number three, it's probably not working for you. If you were downloading somebody else's freebie or course or whatever, and it sounded great, but it's just not doing it for you, is that it's not properly bridging the gap for you. It's not properly bridging the gap for you. There's something missing that's not bridging the gap. Okay. And if other people are not downloading your freebie, you are not bridging the gap for them. So that's where we go back to number one, where you have to be really clear on who your audience is, and you need to be really clear on what it is you need from somebody else's download, course, whatever. Okay, so that's reason number three. All those freebies and low-end offers are not working. They're just not bridging the gap properly. They're not filling the gap where it needs to be filled, or where you thought it needs to be filled is not where it actually needed to be. There's a couple things that can happen there. So number three, and this is for if you're selling products. Number four is that you are not standing 100% behind your offer. Okay, so if you're offering products or services to somebody, you need to stand behind it 100%. You need to stand behind the pricing. You need to stand behind everything about it. Otherwise, it will not work for you. On the flip side, if you are buying a program, low-end offer, freebie, if you are getting somebody else's, you need to believe 100% that it will work for you, and you need to stand behind that purchase, and you need to actually do the work in the download or in the low-end offer. How many of you guys, I would love to know, how many of you guys have bought courses, programs, oh gosh, webinars, things like that, and they just sat in your computer? You never looked at them. You never did anything with them. Why? Why did you spend the money on them? Because there may have been great copy that they put out. You thought it filled a need, but you found that you really didn't need it. Or because because you don't have the initiative to do it yourself. And that's one reason why coaches are super important. So it's super important for somebody to actually be there to hold you accountable for doing the work. How many times have you guys downloaded? I know I have probably hundreds of things that I downloaded that are just sitting there that I never looked at. Why? Because I downloaded them, forgot about them, moved on. Nobody held me accountable. It wasn't a structured program where people were holding me accountable to it, where somebody was there for me that was going to walk me through it. And I just didn't have the time to figure it out for myself and walk myself through it. Hey, Debbie, how are you? So I didn't do the program. I didn't do the work. So of course it didn't work for me and I wasted money on it. I don't want to see you guys wasting money on things that aren't going to work for you. And there's a lot of great things out there, but there's a lot of things that aren't going to work for various reasons, things that you don't have in place. So if you're buying a program with the intention of working it and you're not working it, it's probably because there's no coach that's actually there with you that's holding you accountable each and every day to actually doing the work. And that's the problem with low-end offers, because nobody is there holding you accountable. Whereas if you went with a higher end offer, more than likely there was somebody there to ask questions, to get help with, for support, to put you in the right direction. And I know that, you know, some of you guys may be saying, yeah, but I can't afford it. Yeah, well, you know what, guys? I said that for 5 years. Do you have 5 years to wait? I could kick myself for waiting this long, trying to piece those things together for myself. I am a marketer and I couldn't piece those things together. So they worked. I even needed help piecing those things together. So don't think that you're the exception to the rule and are going to be able to figure it all out yourself, trying to figure it out, what goes here, what goes there, and how do you connect those things. I'm a marketer and I know the full process. I have 2 degrees in marketing and I couldn't figure those things out either. Debbie says, truth, we can afford what we find value in. Yes, that is absolutely true. We can afford what we find value in. You have to, and I can't even tell you guys, hiring a coach for me was one of the best things that I ever did. Could I afford it? Lord, no, I could not afford it. But I couldn't afford not to anymore. See, there comes a time, guys, when if you're not getting the results, pain becomes more than the cost. So, and maybe you're not there yet, and that's okay. Maybe you need to get there, but I am addressing this today because I don't want to wait. I don't want you guys to wait for 5 years like I did. Do you know how many thousands and thousands of dollars in sales that I lost and missed out on because I waited? I don't want that for you guys. I want you guys to understand the value that goes into something like that. So, flip the script. What will it cost me if I do not do this? Yes, exactly. We tend to look at it much differently. Pain becomes more than the cost. Yes, exactly, Debbie. And that's the thing. So I spent 5 years trying to put all the pieces together, and I was not able to do that. I was not able to create a system that worked 100% for me. Did I get sales? Yes. Did I help clients? Yes, of course I did. But I wanted more and I knew I had more to offer. And I know that you guys have more to offer too. So don't play small. Don't think small. So when you are buying something, you need to do the work. And if you're not doing the work, it's not going to work. I mean, it's hands down, it's just not going to work. If you have an offer and you're not standing 100% behind the offer, your offer is probably not going to sell because people will sense that you are not standing behind your offer. People know this. Okay. So, I'm trying to do both sides of it. So, because most of my clients have offers, and they also use other people's offers. So if you're coming in late, I'm trying to address both sides of the coin here because I think both sides are super, super important. And the fifth reason, I'm up to number 5. The fifth reason all those freebies, low-end offers are not working for you, if you are buying them, and I already addressed this a little bit on the last one, you're probably not doing the work. And why aren't you doing the work? Because maybe you don't have the confidence. Maybe you think that, oh, well, this can't work for me once you go through the program. Maybe you're thinking, oh my gosh, I could never do that. They can do that, but they're this big marketer. They can do that. So it's a lack of confidence. On the flip side of that, if you offer something, a freebie download, something like that, and people aren't buying it, it's because you lack confidence in your ability to stand behind that product, like we talked about on the last one. So all of those things come into play on both sides, whether you're buying or whether you're selling it. So I want to go back through all the 5 things. We're going to wrap up shortly, but I want to go back through all the 5 things. 5 things why all those freebies are not working for you, why they're not working for you, or why you are not able to sell them. The first one, number 1, you are not clear on who your client is. And by clear, I mean really clear. You may think you're clear, but you may not be clear. A lot of people who come to me for help think they're clear, but they're not as clear as they need to be. So that leads me into number 2. You're not speaking to your ideal client in language that resonates with them. And so if you're not clear, back to number 1, if you're not clear, then you're not speaking and using the right language. Number 2, that's going to resonate with the right person. Number 3, you're not bridging the gap, or the product that you bought is not bridging the gap for you. Even though you thought it would when you read it, but it's really not bridging the gap because they had really good copy and they sold you, but it's not, you're not maybe their ideal client and they weren't talking to the right person either. That happens. That absolutely happens. So you are not bridging the right gap. Number 3, you are not standing 100% behind your offer. You're not standing 100% behind your offer, or you're not standing 100% behind the offer that you bought. Meaning you are activating it. You are taking action. You are working. You are doing the work. You are showing up. And number 5 is your lack of confidence. And that's both in taking the action on something that you bought. So, for instance, I want to give you guys an example of this. I'm in a program right now that requires that you go live. And a lot of people lack confidence in going live, and they won't go live. Well, if you're not going to do the work, if you lack the confidence to do what is required by the program's not going to work, because that's what the program is built on. So if you bought something and it's not working, it could be because you're lacking confidence in what it's asking you to do, okay, in your abilities to implement it. Okay, so if you're selling a program and you're lacking confidence, that's coming through in what you're saying. It's coming through in your actions, how you're speaking and all of that good stuff. And people pick up on those things. So there you have it. The 5 things, 5 reasons all those freebies and low-end offers are not working for you. And all of these things, I know you guys, you guys know that I had a 1-year coaching program that I had up for a long time. And a lot of people did contact me about it. And I heard you guys. I want you guys to know I heard you guys. I had a lot of people say, I'd love to do it. I just can't afford that. I can't commit to 12 months. So I put together a 4-month program for you guys. And this helps you get really clear on your ideal client. It helps you create an offer and sell an offer. Put the offer out there to the world in a way that resonates with that ideal client. We work on all of those things together. It also helps you to get the right people into your circle of influence so you can talk to them and actually sell the offer. How about that? So it is designed to get you in a position to be making sales before the end of this year and meet your goals. It is also designed to position you to scale for 2021. And by scaling, I mean going bigger. I mean doing that bigger thing that I know you so much want. And scaling, means many things to many people, but scaling for me means you're working less and you're still making money. So I will help you get to that position. I will help you get that offer out to the world. That signature offer that you need so much to be getting people into. I will help you get people into your circle of influence. I will help you know what to say to them to build trust and confidence. So you really don't have to do a lot of selling. You can just have conversations. Oh my gosh, guys, you really, if you're not sure, please just fill out the application. I want to talk to you. I can help you get those sales coming in the door by the end of the year and position yourself for scaling next year. I want this for you guys, but do you want it for yourself? Do you want it for yourself? That's the thing. A lot of you guys have been sitting on the fence this year. I know it's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for so many people, but it doesn't need to be. The next few months are probably going to be just as rough with the elections coming up and everything here in the States. But that doesn't mean you stop working. It doesn't mean that you can't do what you set out to do at the beginning of the year, which is go big this year. 2020 was a big year. A lot of us made big resolutions. We wanted to do a lot of big things this year. And then all kinds of crazy hit us from all different angles. And a lot of people froze. They stopped. They stopped marketing. They stopped selling. They stopped doing a lot of things. I'm here to tell you, it's okay to sell, it's okay to market. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world. There's always somebody that's out there that's your ideal customer just waiting for you to create an offer for them. But we need to be really clear on that. And that is what I help you with. So you will see scrolling across the bottom to join the Client Attraction Bootcamp. I have a boot camp going on. It's 4 months. I will drop the link in the comments below. If you're not sure, fill out the application. The application's free. The application doesn't cost you anything. And ask to speak with me. You can put that in the very last comment. You can ask to speak with me if you're just not sure. I want to help as many people as I can. I have this limited to 10 people right now. So 10 amazing women that are ready to scale and want to position themselves to meet their goals this year. So are you one of those amazing women? I hope so, because I am in this 100% with you. I am having weekly Zoom meetings. You can ask me anything you want, and it is specific to your business. I meet you where you are in your business, and I am there to help you. Okay, it's not like a download or a freebie or all of those things that you don't get support. I give you support. I will be there to help you answer questions and get you into that next level that you've been trying to reach but just haven't been able to get to. So that's what I want for you guys. So if you have any questions, please drop them below. If you're watching this on the replay, please say hi. And if you're even thinking a little bit about it, fill out the form. It doesn't cost anything, and let's chat, because who knows? This may be the right program to get you to that next level and position yourself to making those 6 or 7 figures that you have so much tried to get to and put it as of yet. It's coming, and I want to be there to help you with it. So that is what I have for you today. This is Lisa Balthaser with Fleur de Lisa Solutions. I hope to see you in the Client Attraction